Hello, beloved. I thank you so much for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. This will be your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings for $50 per month. You get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career and finances, as well as ancestral messages. The link to my Patreon will be listed in my description box below. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google, search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. Without further ado, let us tap in and find out, why were you spiritually led here? What is here for you, beloved? Why did you resonate with the title? And why did your own YouTube algorithm present you with this message? Let us tap in and talk to God, okay? We have the Seven of Cups energy here. All right. Seven of Cups, we have Scorpio energy. I am seeing with the Seven of Cups here that somebody has run out of options. All right. They've run out of strategies, plans, schemes, tactics, techniques, methods. It's over with all of that, right? Everything that they had in terms of resources and what we've already established, being the schemes, the plans, the plots, the strategies, the techniques, the tactics, none of it has any use anymore or at all. I don't see that it ever has. Like, this person has just had attempts. Like, we can give them like an A for effort, right? This is an energy of a person that really tried, right? They tried you. They attempted all of these things. But, I see an epic failure here. This is definitely a feminine energy that I'm channeling, all right? Or somebody within their femininity. If it's a man, they ain't really a man. They just really weak, right? Let's say that they're a weak man. But it could be a feminine or somebody within their feminine energy in that way where they're just weak, if it's a man, right? We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Page of Pentacles here. So I do see that this person, they had this passion. We have Leo energy. We have Aries energy, we have Sagittarius energy, we also have Virgo energy, we have Taurus energy, and we have Capricorn energy here. This person has had this passion, this drive, this fuel, this fire burning within them. And it was based on all these attempts, right? Like these trial and error. It's like this person was on a hunt, for victory. They really wanted to win against you in a specific way for a point to be proven. It's like it was all that this person was thinking about, right? If this is a feminine energy here, they were consumed within their own emotions by all of this, and their own mind and their own spirit, even their own body. They were just wrapped in all of this, like this fire, flame, fuel, this passion, this drive to win at all costs against you, to prove this point. They were seeking this victory. Same if it's a masculine energy within the feminine energy. Like this is a masculine energy who lacks masculinity within themselves. They're just in weak energy, like a weak one, right? They're just weak. Like, not to say femininity is weak, obviously not. But yeah, beloved, this is somebody here that they've clearly lost this battle that they conjured up, because this was somebody who was coming for you, or coming for your life, your reality, your world. They tried it. They were the ones in this state of being. They had this fuel, this flame, this fire, this passion, this drive within them to accomplish this. They were the ones, right? The way in which things are going, this person feels very dumb. The way in which things have turned out, they're looking at everything possible that they have tried to do, and they're looking and seeing failure on top of failure, time and time again. So now, yeah, with that being said, we do have the Two of Cups here. We have Cancer energy, we have the Devil, we have double Capricorn energy. This person has begun to lose the relationship they have with themselves. Like, they no longer know who they are anymore, because their self-identity was based on this victory, right? This battle here that they were in alone. Because I do see here that somebody really thought like you guys were beefing, or it's just imaginary. Like, this person has a very elusive way of being, elusive way of feeling and thinking. They don't get reality, right? They're very dissociated from reality, and therefore dissociated from the truth of things, people, and places. And however way they have felt towards you and thought about you, and where it has led them within themselves, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, it's their own doing, because they conjured up this truth of you and the situation and what is going on and where you guys are, what is happening, like, but it's not real. Like, this person was literally in their imagination doing all of this, because The truth is that you were never competing with no one or beefing with anyone or doing anything to anyone. This person here, you could care less, and that's the truth. We have the Three of Pentacles here, but because they were so set in their ways, we have triple Capricorn energy. They were so set in their ways that they did not want to see that truth, right? Remember, they're very elusive, disassociated from reality and the truth of people, places, and things, including you. How are you going to tell somebody in that state of being anything outside of what they think they know, what they feel is true? It's impossible. It's something that needs to be accepted by them first before anyone else can have any say, right? Because people, I see here, several people have tried to snap this person out of this illusion that they've been living in, like being realistic about things, talking to them, and really putting them in a position to understand things from a different perspective, because they were seeing how this person was drowning in your identity, just so fixated and back to this fire, flame, this fuel, this drive, this passion. Like everybody was just looking at this person and thinking like, you are really wasting your time, because they were seeing you in the truth and reality of who you are and the situation. And this person was in their imagination. Everything that everyone tried to say or do to contribute to this person's awakening of this whole thing, it failed, because this person did not want to see things for the way they actually were. They do not want to see things for the way they are, right? They've been in that state of being for too long. They just don't want to accept the fact that you don't care who they are, what they do, what they got going on. It means nothing to you. They can do what they do. It has no value, substance, anything in you. It adds nothing to your reality. Because the truth is, this person would have loved for you to care. They would have loved for you to be going back and forth, and it's this whole thing. It's this, they would have loved for you to give them your energy in that way. You not reciprocating this whole thing they got going on in their own imagination has really taken a toll on this person. They really are heartbroken by that. It's leading them to a deep sense of loss and grief, and like they mourning, and they like, you know what, in despair, like really. But they did this to themselves. They put themselves in this position. How many times have people tried to snap this person out of this, that trying to make them see things differently and understand things differently, feel differently about things when it comes to you in this situation, but they just chose not to. They would pretend like they listening, they hearing, they taking the guidance and the advice of others. But truly, this person in their imagination, they even going crazier. Like, why are you guys trying to, what are you trying to say? You're trying to say I'm not that valuable, I'm not that important. This person really doesn't care, or they just, it would make them even more crazier, the fact that people are trying to snap them out of this, because they want this to be true and real so bad. It's like somebody, an analogy, a reference point, a case study, an example. Take, for instance, a person that lives next door to this neighbor, right? This neighbor always has something to say about them, or always waits outside, whenever that person leaves the house or their apartment or their condo or wherever they lay their head, right? And this neighbor always just stalks this person and has something to say, or brings people around to point and stare and talk and gossip and just be on that vibration and frequency and wavelength. And then that other person that is is experiencing that they could care less. Let's say they in their own world, they don't even see the neighbor. They don't even give a damn what the neighbor thinks, feels about them. It means nothing to them. But let's say this neighbor, they devote their life daily to being in the state of being towards this person. But the truth is, it means nothing. So coming back to the generalization of this message, that was just an analogy, a reference point, a case study, an example, right? We have double Cancer energy. I see here, beloved, that you could really care less, man. Whether this person wants to go on a rampage and do any crazy stuff towards you or say any crazy stuff, act in a crazy way, like, you wish them well in terms of like, yo, I hope you really figure yourself out or figure this life thing out in a way that, you don't find your self-value in nonsense, right? Because that's initially what this person is doing. They trying to find themselves in a lie. Like, why not see yourself for who you are and see people for who they are and just call it a day, call it a lifetime, other than trying to attach truths to situations, things, people, and places that is not of truth. Like, you're trying to attach a false truth, a false narrative, a false reality unto people, places, and things, and then you're expecting life to reciprocate that. Like, how are you going to attach a certain false narrative or truth or perspective on a person, and then when they not reciprocating that, you get mad and you get crazy and you get this and you get that? You made that up. So of course it's not real. This person, like I'm saying, you guys, this is somebody that is really elusive. They have a serious problem with living within their own imagination and expecting life to reciprocate that same imagination. Back to what we've established, they want you to be this person that also has a problem with them and talks about them and says this and does that and acts like this. But when you are not in that element, you're not in that state of being, you don't vibrate on that, that's not your frequency, that's not your wavelength. It just, what does it do? It kills this same flame, fire, fuel, passion, and drive they had to begin with. It eliminates it completely, because it literally has no meaning if they're not getting that same reciprocity, right? So I see here that this person, this is over, man. They need to move on with their life, and they have to see the truth of things for them to be able to move on. The truth of you, for them to be able to let this go. But the truth of you stomps everything that they chose to believe of you. Whatever they conjured up within their imagination is the opposite of who you actually are and what this actually is between, if there even is a between you guys. Like, this person here, it's all just in their imagination. They need to let that sink in. They really do. People around this person have begun to look at them as really weird, like creepy, or just really like out of touch, with life or reality or just truth. It's making it hard for people to want to experience this person. They avoid them, because they're not like this just about you or towards you. They're like this with everything. They want to believe what they want to believe, even if it's not the truth, right? if someone has their own belief system of something in relation to um their own faith, their own ethics, their own values and morals, let it be of their world, their life, and their reality. But what this person does, they attach their own things to everything and everyone in a way that they want others to also be on that. Have the same this, have the same that. This is what is real. This they put people in a position to be forced into their own imagination. Yes, this is that. If you don't identify with a truth that they're saying or a truth of theirs, it's a problem. They don't want to allow others to just be who they are and move on with life. And that's where it gets crazy. Because who are you to want other people to walk a path of life that has to do with strictly your imagination? We must all abide by the fact that you imagine that this person is like this when they're not like that at all. This is what's making it hard for those around this person to want to be around them to begin with, to want to experience them to begin with. It's like, I'd rather not. Like, that's where these people are at. They're losing touch every day. Reality, the truth, they're losing that. We have the Five of Cups here. Like, this person, they don't understand the truth and the reality of you because they're choosing to attach a reality, a truth to you that is not real. It's like it makes this person so miserable inside to think and feel that like you really might not be who they want you to be in their imagination. This is the type of person that, an analogy, a reference point, a case study, an example. This be the type of person, they'll get into a connection, a relationship with someone and experience that person that they with strictly by imagination. If that person shows them red flags and they don't want to see the red flags as red flags, their imagination will switch on and they'll create a certain narrative and truth and reality of what the red flag is. Or he or she, or they just, they have, I can make them better. I can. This be the type of person you would slap them in the face as the person they connected to or someone they dating, and they won't see it as like violence. I need to get out of here. I need to leave this person alone. They'll be like, that means like, he really cares or she really cares. It means that much to them. I trigger them that much. I'm that important. I'm that valuable. Like, so you see what I'm saying? Out of touch. People like this can really just be too far gone into things that aren't real. We have the King of Pentacles here. The truth is, this person lacks self-worth here, okay? They lack the ability to choose themselves. They will always find a reason to attach themselves to something other than what's real. So this person has been beefing with themselves, competing alone. Look at that. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Like, all this person has ever wanted out of this when it comes to you and them is attention. We have the Two of Pentacles, because that attention validates their imagination. That attention makes them feel like, yeah, they're right, they're in alignment, they're not weird or crazy or delusional. It's all real. It's not in their head. So if you had reciprocated this person's energy, it would have put them in a higher level of delusion than what they're already experiencing. We have the moon here. You shutting this person out in terms of even giving them any ounce of your energy in any way has really put them in their place. And that's what has created this completion, because this person has no, like, what's the point of being on this towards somebody that doesn't even care that you're living, breathing, existing? You don't care. What's the point? And every day they are coming into that truth, like they're realizing it, right? And slowly but surely they letting this go, they moving on. But it's not easy for them because they've all these scenarios in their imagination that they've believed for so long, and all this that and all this that. Like, it's gonna take them a long time for them to fully process this for the truth that it is and move on. All right. But some people really just be like that. Like, they exaggerate things. They exaggerate things for their own comfort and not the truth of things. You know what I'm saying? They want to believe something so bad. They want something to be true so bad. Um, so much so that they force others in the same boat. Like, we must all see this person like this, but people don't see you the way they want you to be seen. I'm being called to end this message here. This was your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time, and I thank you so much for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings for $50 per month. You get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career and finances, as well as ancestral messages. The link to my Patreon will be listed in my description box below. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google. Search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. I thank you all for everything, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.